They changed Armin's face? What's good, it's a boy dude reviews, and Marpa Studios has released a Blu-ray. I did a video earlier on the images that Twitter accounts did, and it is from the official Blu-rays, and yeah, there are a lot more shots from episode 7 it's looking like, and yeah, let's take a quick gander around. Honestly, episode 7 was a much bigger improvement over episode 6 in the original TV airing of it, and I didn't really have any issues with anything from it. But looking at some of these shots, they have altered some of the colors, and they've added shadow where is necessary for there to be shadow. My favorite bit is definitely the Reiner scene with Eren and Falco. There's a lot more vibrancy in this shot. Like, Reiner looks so much like it's just so much vibrant. Like, even this shot with Falco and Reiner, like Reiner trying to protect Falco, it's a lot more vibrant and it pops, and I'm like, yep, it's a little bit of an improvement, which I'm really liking so far. And there's other images on this like little panel as well, as you can see. My boy Eren Yeager is looking much better in this one. Like, my gosh, they've improved his head, like, which I'm a lot more thankful for. I like how they blended the CGI with the background in this shot, which is looking a bit better, and they've added they've taken the blur out of scenes which didn't need it, and then they've added it in other places. So far it's looking like the CGI titans are still there. Like, from what I'm seeing, it's looking like it is the same thing, but I think they do look a little better than what came before it. And again, I didn't have any issues with the CGI titans. Yeah. As I said in the previous video, one of the biggest improvements was changing the thunder spears from orange and yellow to blue, green and purple. It definitely gives it a different vibe and feel, and it just makes the pitch look a lot more interesting, in my opinion. They kind of haven't altered the Colossal Titan. It's still more or less the same, but I do think like some of the scenes with the little boy, like all crushed and buried, looks a lot better. Like, they've taken off the blur filter and they've just really exposed it well. The Colossal Titan is starting to look a lot more like season 1, and they've matched the shading, with it, and they've added a lot more sparks and all that, which is looking pretty nice so far. This shot with the Colossal Titan just standing there, like, you can literally see him a lot more clearly, and like, there's not too much red, which is like giving me a headache, looking at it. Like, Marpa knew what to sort of improve, and they've left what they didn't need to fix in a way. My gosh, Reiner's face is different in this one, but yeah, it's looking a lot more cooler. Yeah, it looks like they've gotten rid of the blur filter and they've added the green eyes to Eren. He looks a lot more menacing now with those green eyes, and they've changed Armor's expression. He's starting to look a little bit more like the Wit Studio one, with like the eye shape, in my opinion. I don't know, like, I'm a bit mixed on this one, because in the original one, his big eyes, he was literally like looking at like what Eren was doing outside and what he did, and he was just sort of like wow, he was just sort of freaked out in a way. But in this shot, he's a lot more like He looks dead inside, but also kind of sad at the same time. Got some more shots of Falco and Gabby and all them lot from episode 4, it's looking like. What I've noticed is that they've sort of added like a sort of blur effect on like some of the foreground shots, so that the more background shots look a lot more like clearer, like in this shot with this dude and all that. A lot of the character designs are still more or less intact, but again, the first 8 episodes are pretty great originally, so there didn't need it to be any like super intense detail on them, to be honest with you. Got some more shots from episode 2, it's looking like it, and yeah. Honestly, I'm a little confused as to why they changed the shape of the photographs from episode 3, but it is what it is. But so far, that is about it. That is all the shots so far, and it's gonna be obviously the second half of season 4 when that Blu-ray releases, and I'll definitely like look at like the, you know, shots for that, and can't wait for that to be released. But yeah, if you want to check out my ranking of all 4 seasons, check it out, it's on this channel. And yeah, if you want more reviews and anime reviews and reactions, subscribe to this channel, my boy dudes and dudettes.